I know this probably isn't interesting to anybody, but I thought this was quite curious. I always see the Jet Ski Brothers videos and compare it to my life. And generally, when I'm riding at home in Calgary, I can make it out to the lake maybe once a week if I'm lucky. It's about an hour and a half drive. So the fuel cost is quite a bit and it takes time. It takes 3 hours round trip, so I don't do it that frequently. Well, I always thought, oh, it'd be nice and convenient to live this close to the water. And yeah, you just put your stuff in, take it out. I think last time I was here I mentioned the whole flushing it out because of the salt water. There's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done both to the tractor that they move the stuff into the water with and also the jet skis. There's also the riding gear. Because I'm a weenie and I ride with a wetsuit all the time and a helmet and shoes, all that stuff needs to be cleaned off, and then if you plan on using it the next day, hopefully it's actually dry. So basically what I do is I get out of the water, I wash off my helmet, I wash off my wetsuit, wash off my shoes, my jacket, my camera needs to be washed off, and then I hang the stuff for a little while where we're talking and figuring out what we're going to do the next day and so on and so forth. And then I hang the stuff in my truck. The next day I try to hang it outside. I actually drove here with the wetsuit hanging on my truck just like it is, and it is just about dry now. And yeah, around the bottom of the cuffs it's a little bit wet, and I'm about to put it back on and get back in the water. What's up, jet ski fans? Welcome to another Joel Larson on a YouTube video. Thanks for hanging out with me here. I do appreciate it. In today's video, we've got a little bit of random footage from my visit to the Jet Ski Brothers. There's a little bit of riding, a little bit of tinkering with stuff, but mostly just hanging out and having a good time with the Jet Ski Brothers. I was planning a different video for today. I was hoping to start into a build and also start tearing down my X2 and some crank rebuild stuff. But videos have been postponed for the last 2 weeks. A couple of things have happened to make that happen. One is we got a bunch of snow and cold weather, and so I had to prepare for that. And in the middle of doing that, I got some sort of nasty virus. I was actually completely out of action in bed for a full week. And then the last week has been a lot of sleeping, trying to catch up on sleep, and just, it's a nasty virus. I don't know what it is. It's been going around, and I hope none of you get it. But are you forgetting that this time last year you had a broken knee from a crash on your jet ski? You should probably not be whining about a little virus, you sniffling little baby. That's my excuse for why I don't have any footage from actually working on projects here. I have been working on my CNC milling project. I have been working on a project that I've been posting stuff on Patreon. So if you guys are interested in supporting me there, shameless plug, link in the description below. I've also made a couple of videos for my Lowered Expectations channel, partly out of necessity because I've got a couple of things from Viver, and also just because I had some footage that was easy to throw together for that channel. And yeah, so that's what I did. Right here, folks, is some of the stuff that you never get to see at the Jet Ski Brothers. Jacob has been doing some interesting experimentation. He's got a giant nozzle on his wave blaster he's going to try out. We're all thinking that it's going to make it steer really funny and probably not make it work any better at all. In Jacob's words, it's probably going to suck. But he's going to go for it anyway. That's a 3D printed nozzle on the back of it. And yeah, he's going to give it a go. And like he says, it's probably gonna suck. My bet is that it doesn't make any difference to the performance, but it's gonna make it steer funny. That is my bet, but I don't know a lot about jet pumps, so who knows. I wonder if it sucks. What are your initial thoughts?
I think it might actually be all right.
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a try? We are about to film a little bit of video footage for a top secret, advertisement. I don't know what it is for the Jet Ski Brothers channel. I'm not going to talk about that anymore, but Jacob's ski last night, the 1100 superjet, dumped a bunch of gas into the base of the engine, and I am the lucky one who gets to take it out and see if it's working okay. I'm all suited up, so let's go do this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I get to ride on the back of the V8 jet ski. Oh, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like the power. You're gonna like the spool.
With the mud.
Yeah, the animals are stirring it up.
Oh, I think we're getting close.
Yeah.
Here we are. There we are.
You like this depth?
What's that?
Okay.
What's that?
There's some weeds.
Yeah.
This should be about waist deep.
I'll check.
You want to just hop in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you found it.
Found the spot. Yeah, we did. You won the race!
Yeah. Did we get the shot? We made it!
Success! It's a rainy day here in Washington, and you guys might be wondering what the Jet Ski Brothers do on a rainy day. Well, I know what I do at the Jet Ski Brothers on a rainy day. We've got the V8 jet ski mostly back together. We had it out and tested it. There was a little bit of a rumble in the pump. and we discovered Josh had changed out the pump for, I believe, a Solus mag pump, and the alignment wasn't exactly the same as the Yamaha pump, and so there was a little bit of rumble. We modified the coupler, and then after doing that realized that we had to shift the engine a little bit and shim the engine, and so Josh was doing that most of the day today. I was taking care of the bottom feeder. I got the shaft straightened out on that again and got it all back together. We need an impeller to we need to replace the impeller on the bottom feeder. It got bent up, and so it's ready for the water. You guys can see it is kind of rainy and nasty, so we're not going to take it out today. Instead, we're working on Jacob Ski, and just discovered that it has, there's no continuity between the wires and the stator. So we took the stator cover off after doing a few more checks and discovered some bits of metal in there that look like they might be crank seal. And there's also little bits of what look like seal and seal spring inside of the stator cover. So I just went and grabbed a pair of gloves. So now I'm going to get my hands all dirty to show you guys this. This looks like a spring, perhaps one of the seals for the mag side, but anyway, we're going to pull the flywheel off and take a look and see what we find in there.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. What are we going to find? I can almost see.
It was disgusting.
Oh yeah, I see bearing. I see crank bearing.
That looks like a bad thing.
I don't know that thing's supposed to be there, but I definitely know that is not okay.
So we had some bad crank seals. I don't see why that really matters.
So this went bad and wrecked the stator coil.
Man, that really went bad.
Really went bad, yeah.
Do you think this is fine? Are we going to be fine back here?
Okay. Slowly.
Are you ready?
Right, we'll go up and then repurchase because you're going to have to grab it. I don't think you're going to be able to keep holding it there.
I can hold it here. Yeah.
Oh, throttle cable?
You have to forget the throttle cable. You have to. It's a requirement that you're right there and forget it. Preferably by yourself, and preferably you can't find a 10mm wrench. I would say generally when you're doing this by yourself and this happens and you have it like bouncing on your knee, you do a lot of swearing when that happens.
Ready?
Yep.
Ta-da! Oh, the old familiar sting.
Yep.
Of the 1100.
Yes.
You guys need a video on how to get that crank seal off?
There's one.
One on the jet ski brothers.
We already found a video on how to
Smash it off.
diagnose the.
It was by a bunch of unhelpful idiots named the Jet Ski Brothers.
What I usually do is give it a couple cracks here and see if it's gonna move at all. And then when it doesn't. Oh boy, that stuck together good.
Put some good glue on there.
So this was built by SBT?
I think it was.
Oh, John, we made it work. We made it work.
Yeah, I knew we could do it.
Looks pretty good upon first glance. The bearings aren't chattering all around. That's good. This one might, the PTO might be moving a little bit.
Here's the thing.
Lots of oil in there. It's retaining a lot of oil. That's good. Something in here is not good.
Yeah.
This crank is JSB really good.
It's normal person kind of not amazing.
JSB.
So definitely just slap this baby back together.
1100.
I think that you're in your happy place working on the 1100.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just like, oh, this is home.
Okay. So let's see. This guy sounds bad.
Yep, that's definitely bad.
These might be okay.
New seals or just?
Those are new, actually. Yeah.
Looks really good. That one's really good. That one's really good. That one's really good. Oh, you got a good one here, Jacob.
Except for that church. So use that on the good one that you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Joel's gonna put another engine together.
Yeah, he's gonna build me an 1100 mod.
It's gonna be a Joel Arsenault engine.
It's gonna be a factory Joel Arsenault.
Polish.
Oh, Joel Arsenault racing engine.
JAR.
Awesome.
It's gonna be a Jar Jar engine.
Jar
Joel
Jar.
Arsenault Racing, Joel Arsenault Racing engine. Oh yeah, I said it twice because I didn't think you'd hear me the first time.
Yeah, that's a really good crank.
Oh, that's great. I think I got this crank for like 120 bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, Joel, I tell you, doing this crap when you're here is so much more better.
So much more better.
Yeah. Can you just sell like? I mean, just start making cutouts of yourself for people to plaster in their garage, and then they can have a better time working on their crap.
Sounds like a good idea. As you guys can see, we got Jacob's engine back together. He did most of the work. I helped him with gluing the case back together. We got a seal in it. We got some right stuff on the cases, and we're hoping that when it hits the water tomorrow, everything goes well. If it does, that will mean that we have, well, if I get the connector fixed on my X2 and it works right, broke some ground connectors off yesterday. So if I get that sorted out, and if Freddy the bottom feeder works, and if this works properly, that means that we will have 3 triples out on the water all at the same time. And that
Such
is
a high aspiration, isn't it?
is a lot to ask for. And that's also if the weather cooperates. Oh, and the V8 is also ready to go for some more testing. So tomorrow could be a very exciting day, or it could be a huge disappointment.
Well, we've got
And
at
an
least
exciting
4
day.
opportunities to disappoint ourselves.
I would have to say at least one thing is going to let us down out of the 4. But we will see what happens.
If I could pick one thing to let us down, I want your X2 to let us down for having like a ground fall off and you can fix it immediately.
That would be ideal. I was thinking last night when I was laying in bed, why didn't I just use like a big ground cable? Why am I using like little dinky ground wires?
Because you didn't
Why
think
don't
of
I just
it at
use
the
a big-
time.
A big battery cable. That's what I should be using. That's what I should use.
I mean, it would suck if Freddy blew up the drive shaft again. That really would suck.
Yeah.
This thing, if it's had another bad one, if it had something's gonna break. I just hope that the thing that breaks isn't very bad. I left the socket set. Right now, it's time for destruction.
For destruction.
Destruction. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Okay. can tell that that ran way better than it has been running generally.
Better throttle response.
It's just been less like, control, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna work good tonight. Now we gotta get Joel's X2 grounded. We gotta get that thing on solid ground.
Some idiot put tiny little grounds on it. Feels better. I think it can still go a bit leaner.
Yeah?
But it does feel better.
Gotcha.
You want to switch or?
Sure. This thing that you can tell it's got the steering set up to be a little more twitchy.
Oh yeah.
Do you notice that?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
So it has like one of the adjustable steering things, or?
Yeah, if you look at the steering plate on
It's a quick steer thing or whatever?
well, Yamaha gives you options.
Oh, I don't like it. I think it makes it feel twitchy and...
Yeah, I'm with you. Maybe you can get used to it, it's okay, but...
yeah, maybe if you're like super phaser razor racer.
Yeah.
Like racer boy, like Jason Sebas. Like level, like...
Yeah.
Pro, like I heard he won the Washington Super Seals stand-up ski contest championship. There you have it, folks. I feel like I probably should have jumped in a few places and explained some of the stuff that was happening. This footage was shot in between footage that you guys have already seen. And so the X2 is broken. It doesn't just have a broken ground. The superjet triple swap, this is footage after you guys saw it broken down. We had an electrical problem with it. I was riding it and it shut off. That video has already been released. And the V8 jet ski, of course, was tested the first time, then it had the rumble, and then all the other stuff that you guys have probably seen. In this video, you may have also heard us talking about me building another engine for Jacob, and well, behind me here is the stuff that I'm going to use to build that engine. We've got a really good crankshaft that just needs one of the end bearings replaced. We've got a set of cylinders that are sleeved. I'm going to bore them out. It's going to be a big bore, so around 1200 cc's. We've got a really nice set of carburetors. I am going to do some porting and polishing. I'm also going to do some powder coating. So this should be a fun, interesting project. The plan at the end of my game is to put this engine into the C-Rat, do a little bit of test and tune, get it working well, and then I can deliver the engine back to Jacob where he can put it in a ski of his choosing. So this is going to be a fun project and hopefully interesting for you guys. I hope to get started on that in the next couple of weeks. As I've said, the virus has put me behind schedule a little bit, but those of you who follow my channel might remember at this time last year I had a broken knee. I broke my knee on October 19th of last year. And so I'm definitely not complaining. I am in better shape than I was then. And the prospect of having surgery was looming over my head for quite some time. And so I'm glad not to be dealing with that. I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos in the upcoming weeks on my Lowered Expectations channel. So if you guys are interested in seeing any of that stuff, I've got a set of casters, a extension cord. I'm going to be doing some welding. Sorry, Beaver sent me an extension cord for my welder. And so that's going to allow me to do some welding on my CNC table. And also I've got another diesel heater. I know some of you are a big fan of that. Got another diesel heater that I'm going to be installing in BJ's 4Runner. So BJ and I are going to be installing it there. And yeah, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, feel free to check that out. Links in the description below. My videos on this channel are going to become somewhat less frequent. I hope to move my schedule to once every 2 weeks. And there's a couple of reasons for that. As most of you will know, jet ski content doesn't do very well during the winter, so whatever I do is kind of almost like a charity for my fans who will be watching the videos throughout the winter. And also, I'm moving into some bigger projects. I will be working on the CNC project that will be on the Lowered Expectations channel. And of course, I'm going to be working on rebuilding the crankshaft and engine in my X2, as well as rebuilding or building Jacob's engine. So bigger projects going to take a little bit more time, so that will give me more time in between to edit and do all that fun stuff. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.